recording again. We're just gonna pick up right where we left off in child's pose. We're just gonna take a couple more breaths here. Reconnect to yourself in the moment. Ironically, after losing connection, stay connected. Just take 3 to 5 more deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can gently walk your hands up to your seat. And we are going to turn to bring our legs kind of alternated here. So the left foot is going to come in towards the pelvis, and the right foot is going to go kind of behind the body. Sit your spine up nice and tall. Zip yourself all the way up. Gently feeling a stretch in your right inner hip. Trying to find a nice balance so you're not leaning too far one way or the other. On your next inhale, raise your arms up above head. And exhale, gently twist open to the left, bringing the left fingertips back behind to brace, and the right fingertips in front. Just creating a little bit more space in that right hip. Sending your breath to your right glute and your right ankle, allowing them to release. Keeping your navel tucked in tight to your spine. Inhale, arms above head. Exhale, twist over to the other way. Right fingertips back behind you, left fingertips in front. Keeping the shoulders standing tall. Gently rolling over to the right. Inhale, hands above head. Exhale, we're going to shift our weight just a little bit. So we're going to shift and send our left knee out just a little. And put our right knee under us into a king pigeon. So our left heel is going into that right hip flexor. That right leg is out long, back behind us. You can grab a pillow or a blanket to tuck under your left glute. Bring the ground up to meet you, or you can just roll up your mat a little bit and send that under you too. Staying activated in the shoulders, long neck. Option to stay here, or option to take the right hand and reach back for that right leg. Gently picking up the right foot. Again, option to stay here if this is comfortable for you, or option to send that right foot into the right elbow crease and take the left arm up above overhead, reaching for the right fingertips into mermaid pose. Really feeling a deep stretch in that right thigh. Still stretching through that left. Nice long spine. Careful not to collapse into it. Your fingertips are reaching toward one another, are gripping at your peace fingers. Keeping your left arm pulled tight behind you so it doesn't send your head too far over. Exhale, release. Come back over to your mermaid. We're gonna shift up into a squat, bringing our soles of our feet to the mat. Hands to heart center, opening up through both of those hip flexors. When we're in this squat position, careful not to round your spine, but to more so lift up your shoulders, send your heart space forward, and bring your shoulders to meet one another on your back, creating a nice flat spine with your tailbone aiming directly in between your heels. On your next inhale, we're going to reach our arms up above overhead. Exhale, we're going to take the right arm and take our right outer arm around our right leg and send it back, and take our left arm around our back to meet the right, to open up through the shoulder and create a bind. If your hands don't meet, that's okay. Just kind of reach for them to get toward one another. Flip around so you can see here. Arms come up, sending the right arm back behind, left arm behind. Right arm goes around, I guess, excuse me. Staying lifted through the chest. Inhale, hands up above overhead. Exhale, take the left outer arm to the left inner leg. Wrap it around and do the same on the right, sending it back behind you. Flip around the other way. Gently opening up through the pec, the left shoulder. One more big deep breath. Inhale, arms above head. Exhale, we're going to switch the legs. And so our right foot is going to come in towards the pelvis, and the left is going to go out, the outside of the body. Inhale, arms above head. And exhale over to the left, placing the right fingertips in front, the left fingertips in back. Gentle twist of the spine. Focus on releasing those places that you're holding, whether that be in your knee, your left inner hip flexor. If your right leg is tight and you're pulling it up towards your body, just release it, let it go. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. And gently open up towards the left. Inhale, hands above head. Exhale, twist open to the right. We always want to expand before we twist to create optimal space in our spine and make sure that we're really protecting ourselves. When twisting this way, I really have to be mindful to release my left glute. And in the other case, it was my right, because I'm holding and I'm squeezing to almost get a deeper twist. But really, if I release, tuck in my navel just a little bit, I can turn a little bit more and get that same twist with relaxing through my left leg. Inhale, arms come up above overhead. Exhale, back over to the right. We're going to shift our weight again a little bit to come into that king pigeon. So we're going to send our left leg out long, placing the top of the thigh on the mat and the top of the foot on the mat. Letting the right Gluteus maximus, sink into your mat, sending your heart space forward. I'm going to shift to face the camera. So in Monday's session, we spent a lot of time focusing on arms and opening up our chest and stretching our arms. And so today I chose to create a practice to kind of do the same thing on our legs. But I didn't realize that I planned poorly for my own body. I worked out yesterday, so I was lifting weights yesterday and beat my own personal record, which means I'm very tight today, even though I spent a good 20 minutes stretching. So bear with me here. Option to stay here in King Pigeon, opening up through the chest, nice long neck, staying activated from head to toe. So you're not sinking in and just kind of hanging out here. So yeah, option to stay here, option to lift up the left leg and reach back with the left arm for the toe or the foot. You might find you're a little bit more flexible or tight on one side than you are the other. Option to stay here or send that left foot into the left elbow crease and send the right arm up above, overhead into mermaid pose. I switch the opposite way again. This used to be my favorite pose when I was a newbie yogi, a freshman in college, thinking I was so cool. Still love it. I always kind of believed in mermaids secretly, so maybe this just means I'm a mermaid. Take a couple more deep breaths. Exhale, gently release. Releasing your left leg back onto the ground. We're gonna send that right foot underneath of us and then twist open to a nice wide-legged stance. I'll turn around so my butt's not at the camera. So open up into a nice wide-legged stance and then forward fold. Feeling a nice deep stretch in the back of the legs. You can alternate bending one leg and then the other. Feeling a stretch in your hamstrings, in your iliotibial band, which kind of wraps a little bit around your knee, all the way up your thigh and then into your glute. So that king pigeons pose really helps open that up and release tight hips too. Take a couple more organic movements. When you're ready, we're gonna inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, gently walk your hands over to the left, stretching through that right side body. Exhale, gently fold over towards the left. Inhale, back up, come through center. Exhale over to the right. And then folding over towards the right. Inhale, back up through center. Create a generous bend in the knees and then angle your feet perpendicular to your mat. So your toes are aiming for the corners of your mat. Nice generous bend, and we're gonna slowly roll ourselves all the way up to standing, all the way into star pose. Exhale, sink down into goddess, creating goalposts, our cactus arms. Inhale, up to star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale up to star, creating a gentle restriction in the back of your throat when you exhale, using that fire or ujjayi breath. Go ahead and flow through your breath here a few times, as quickly or as slow as you would like, staying long in the spine, sinking deep into those hips. We're gonna meet back up at star pose. And we're gonna do this a few more times, but we're gonna flow a little bit quicker. And when we exhale down into goddess pose, I want you to send your arms out straight in front of you. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, exhale. Sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale. Sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit more. Big inhale, exhale. Inhale. 2 more times. Inhale, meeting back up at star pose. Feeling the heat building up in your body a little bit. Exhale, sink back down into goddess. Staying low in your legs. Inhale, arms up above, overhead. Exhale, sending the right arm overhead, kind of like we do when we're in warrior two, but we're gonna do it in goddess. Creating a nice horizontal line from knee to knee. Inhale, arms above head. Exhale, send it over to the right. Staying low. Inhale, arms above head. Exhale, over to the left. My legs are so sore, you guys. Inhale, arms above head. Exhale, over to the right. 2 more times. Using my own saying for myself, and notice the difference between pain and discomfort. I'm just gonna push through it. Inhale, arms above head. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, arms above head. Exhale, over to the right. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, roll all the way down. Forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, send the left toes to face the front of the mat and sink into warrior two. Warrior two, our right foot, the right pinky toe is flush up against the mat, parallel to the back of the mat. Our left leg, nice 90-degree angle. Strong arms, gazing over our left hand into the future, and the right hand is in the past. Inhale, gently straighten through your left leg. Exhale, send your torso over and then bend all the way forward into triangle pose. So keeping a little baby bend in that right leg as to not lock it out and injure your knee. Just a gentle bend. Slip it in here. The right arm all the way up to the sky, gently looking up. Exhale, bring the right hand down to meet the left. We're going to turn our left toes forward and sink into a side lunge. Engaging our right toes, stretching through the right hamstring, bringing that left knee into your left armpit. Inhale, come through center, come all the way back up. Exhale, warrior two on the opposite side with your right toes facing the front of your mat and your left pinky toe parallel to the back of your mat. Setting up your warrior, feeling strong. Inhale, gently bring up that right leg, gentle little baby bend, sending over your front body and then tipping over. Left hand looking up to the ceiling. Exhale, rotate your left arm to the ground. Send your right toe the other way and sink into a side lunge, activated through the left toes. Pulling that right knee into the right armpit. Staying long through the neck and the spine. Inhale, back through center. Come all the way up. We're going to move a little bit faster. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Shift forward, tip your body over. Right hand comes up. Inhale, exhale, bring the right hand down. Turn the toes, sink down into that left hip. Long neck, long spine. Inhale, come through center. Rise all the way up. Exhale, warrior two, opposite side. Inhale, straighten the knee. Exhale, send the body over. And then tip over. Inhale. Exhale, send the left arm down. Turn the toes, sink down into the right hip. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, come through center. Come all the way up. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg. Send the body over. Exhale, tip it. Right hand comes all the way up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach all the way. Feeling a gentle stretch in your right side body. Exhale, send the hand down. Turn your toes. Sink over to the left. Inhale through center. Come all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs. Send the body over. Exhale, tip. Inhale, sending the left arm up, up, up. Exhale, bring it down. Turn the toes, sink over to the right. Inhale through center, coming all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, Trikonasana. Forward body, tip over. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, bring it down to the mat. Turn your toe, sink into the left hip. Inhale through center. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, shift and tip. Inhale, reach. Exhale, turn and sink. Two more times each side. Inhale through center, all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, shift and tip. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it to the mat, all the way down. Inhale through center. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, shift and tip. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come down, sink into your right hip. Inhale through center, all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, shift and tip. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink all the way down into the left. One more time. Inhale through center. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, shift. Exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, shift and tip. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come all the way forward or all the way into that right hip. Inhale to center, lift all the way back up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Come back, connect to your breath. Feel the way your heart is beating. Grab a drink of water like I'm about to do. When you're ready, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, warrior two, over to the left. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, shift and tip over into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Hold here. We're going to bring the right hand down to the mat. Tuck in your right toes to be facing the same way as your left. And we're going to take our left fingertips, trace them all the way up your right arm. Revolve Trikonasana, revolve triangle pose. Stay focused on your drishti point to find your balance. If you're having trouble staying balanced, you can send your right leg out just a little bit more and your right hand out a little bit more to balance yourself out, to give yourself a little bit of a kickstand here. If you're looking for more of a challenge, send that right leg in and come to your fingertips of your right hand. Reach, reach, reach. Twist just a little bit more. Exhale, bring your left hand down to the mat. Look forward and gently pick up your right leg off the ground, sending your hands up above, overhead, and to warrior three. Staying activated in your right toes, long neck, long spine, gentle baby bend in that left leg. Exhale, forward fold. Standing splits, sending that right leg all the way up. Exhale, bring the right leg to meet the left. Big bend in the back of the knees. Forward fold. Letting the head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips to shins or tops of thighs, creating space. Nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, send the left leg back into warrior two. Inhale, straighten through that right leg. Reach and then tip over. Exhale, bringing that left arm down to the mat. Straighten your left toes to face the same way as your right. You can give yourself just a little kick up to bring that left foot up just a touch. Take your right fingertips and trace them all the way up. Your left arm coming all the way up. Revolve triangle pose. Really feeling a stretch in your right gluteus maximus, your hamstrings, your calves. Option to take a block underneath that left hand to give yourself a little bit more space. I think I mentioned this last time. It's actually harder for me to incorporate a prop because I just never use them. So it's like relearning how to use them or how to do the pose with a prop or a block. But that's okay. For some people, it could be, helpful. And for me, it could be a challenge. And I'm always looking for a little bit of a challenge. Exhale, come back, bring it all the way down. Inhale, look forward a little bit, gentle little bend in that right leg, sending the left leg up. And sending the hands out overhead. Option to have them behind you or out wide. To warrior three, staying activated and your fingers and toes to stay engaged through your whole body. Exhale, come down, sending the left leg up high, standing splits. Exhale, bring the left foot to meet the right. Toes together, gentle bend. Forward fold, letting the head hang heavy. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up, stacking the vertebrae on top of one another, ragdolling all the way until your head is the last to come up. Standing nice and tall. Letting the blood rush back to a normal state. We're gonna inhale, bring our arms up above, overhead. And exhale, we're gonna send our right leg back behind us. And release that left hand and just have the right arm reaching over, bringing the left hand up to your hip. Gently stretching through that right side body. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, opposite side, sending the left leg back. Right hand comes to hip. Stretch over, opening the left side body. Go ahead and flow with your breath back and forth here a couple times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back. I always feel like this is some weird ballerina pose, but the teacher that did it, her classes are always styled in such a flowy movement. And it just really felt great for my body to do this Your classes are almost like a dance with your own body the whole time you do it. I'm sad that I can't do them anymore. COVID ruins everything. It was a class of just teachers and it was awesome. I learned so much. So hopefully we can start it back up again. I think I've mentioned before, I have a hard time managing between teaching and taking my own self-practice. And that's where I am able to get a little bit deeper into my own practice so I can teach a little bit better too. It's all the ebb and flow of life. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach over. One more time, each side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Spread through your left toes. Once upon a time, I broke my left pinky toe. It was not that terribly long ago. And so this actually really hurts to spread through my toes. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Again, the pain and discomfort. I don't really know, this might be pain, but like I said about the pinky toes, we need them to live. So when you're ready, we're gonna inhale, bring our right knee up into our chest, pulling it forward towards our body, finding a nice drishti point, a focal point to help keep you balanced. And it's advised to find a drishti point that's not moving. So something on the wall, the floor. Inhale, we're gonna open up the right leg. Option to stay here, or option to tuck the right foot into the pelvis. Place it on your shin, or give yourself a little kickstand, putting your toes on your mat and your heel resting on just above your ankle. And be careful not to place it on your knee, because that can put a little bit of negative pressure and end up harming yourself. Find your focal point. Pushing with your left thigh just as much as you're pushing with your right foot. Activate through that left thigh. So engage that left muscle if you're having a hard time staying balanced. Engage the left glute. Might add a little bit more structure to your pose. You can have your hands down beside you, out wide for a little bit extra balance, all the way up like a real tree blowing in the wind. I don't know why my arms look like noodles. Don't look at me or you might fall. Sorry, stay focused. When you're ready, if your foot is all the way tucked up into your pelvis, gently grab it and release it just as well as you tucked it up there. Go ahead and shake out through the left foot. Spread those right toes open wide. Bringing the left leg up into the body. Coming back to your drishti point. Exhale, opening up. Inhale, tucking your leg wherever is comfortable for you. So funny story about my broken pinky toe. after I did it, I FaceTimed my mom and I told her I think I broke my toe, and it was a little purple. It wasn't anything serious. It was a little black and blue. And on my second toe, next to my pinky toe, I have a lotus flower tattoo. And so I FaceTimed my mom, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this looks terrible. This is absolutely awful. Like, are you okay? I've never seen a toe look this bad before." Oh, and then it was like three or 4 weeks later, I showed her, oh look, it looks like it's kind of healed. And she had said to my brother, like a couple weeks before that, "I've never seen such a bad looking broken toe in my life." So fast forward back to 4 weeks later when I showed her, I'm like, "Look, it looks better. I think it's looking better." She said, "Oh my gosh, it almost looks like it's a tattoo, like where the bruise is." I said, "Mom, I broke my pinky toe, not my second toe. That is a tattoo." She's like, "How long have you had that?" "I've had this tattoo for like 7 years, you guys." Maybe that's excessive. Okay. Maybe like 5 years. Either way, I've had it for so long. Maybe my mom should get some glasses. Don't worry, my pinky toe is fine, and it's not as tragic as she makes it look. Sorry, a little baby rant here. You can go ahead and gently grab your foot and release, shaking out that right foot. Inhale, arms above overhead. Exhale, we're gonna hinge at the hips. So when I say hinge at the hips, I mean when you bend, place all of your bending movement in your hips so that when you're folding over, you're not just kind of, I don't know, doing whatever my fiance does when he bends over. We're working on this forward hinge hipping. I hope he didn't hear that. So hinge at the hips, come all the way forward, fold. We're gonna straighten through the right leg in a big generous bend in the left leg. Placing our right hand on the mat, we're gonna open up to the left. Exhale, come down, open up through the right. Exhale, come down, open up through the left. Exhale, come down, switch the bend. Straighten through the left leg, bend through the right. Place the right hand on the mat, open through the left. I didn't get so weird. Did it sound like I said, "Hey Siri"? Because I don't think it did. I told you this full moon and all these weird energies come all the way back down. Bring the right hand up, come back down. Left hand up, come back down. Right hand one more time. Come back down. Sink your hips to your heels. Give a nice big hug to your legs. And rock back and forth, gently coming up to your toes. Embracing a little bit of a shake, trying to find stillness as you balance on your toes. Exhale, come down. You might have to scooch up a little bit. And then just roll on back. Gently massaging the backs of your back. Gently massaging your back. Placing your hands behind your knees to give yourself a little bit of ground. On the next time that you roll back, roll all the way back, placing your hands underneath the small of your back and letting your feet hang over your head. plow pose. Option to stay here with your legs straightened, or option to open them up. And I don't know why, I feel like this might be kind of maybe inappropriate of a name of a pose. And so maybe I'll try to come up with something different. But I know that it's called deaf man's pose. And so you open up your legs and place your knees kind of by your ears. But I don't really care for that name. So we're gonna call it head between legs. That'll do for now. You can interlace your hands, sending them out long, keeping your legs straight in plow pose if that's what you choose. Putting most of the weight on your shoulders and being mindful of your neck and your head. Exhale, let yourself roll all the way back out, using your hands to guide your lower body. Bring your feet in towards your glutes, rolling your shoulders underneath your body, raising the hips, interlacing your hands, sending the hips up high. Careful not to let your knees sprawl out wide here. Pulling them in towards one another. Exhale, release. You can send the left leg out long and bring the right knee in towards your right armpit. Holy moly, I need this stretch. My hammies are thanking me. Exhale, switch it out. Bringing in that left knee to the left armpit. And release. We're gonna bring our legs, our heels back up towards our glutes. Place our right ankle on top of our left knee. Interlace your hands behind your left thigh. You can use that right elbow to brace, staying engaged through your left toes. And then we're gonna send it over, sending our right foot toward our mat. You can come all the way down and gently open up through that right arm. Or if it feels better for you to just kind of stay suspended in air here. If you have a block, you could tuck that under your left knee, maybe. Balance. Inhale, come back, switch them out. Interlacing your hands behind your right thigh. You can stay here or send it over to your right. Stay suspended or come all the way down to the mat. For me, it feels a little bit better if I stay suspended. I can get a little bit deeper stretch. Inhale, come back and send your legs out long. letting your feet roll out. Sending your arms out wide. If you typically don't close your eyes here, I invite you to do that tonight. To try something a little bit out of your comfort zone and bring a little bit more relaxation into the present moment. Letting your palms face up to the sky to embrace all the energy that the full moon is giving us. Allowing your breath to deepen, releasing the furrow in your brow. Intentionally releasing the tension in your neck and your shoulders. Feeling your heart rate begin to slow. Feeling relaxed through your hips, your knees, and your ankles as the energy that was pulsing through you settles. As the full moon approaches, you'll start to feel a lot of positive energy. More creative, more innovative, just a little bit extra burst of energy coming into your body, into your life. You may also find that your dreams are becoming more vivid. You might even be having lucid dreams. I invite you to take more time for rest in these upcoming days. Take more time to do things for yourself that you truly enjoy, things that you can lose track of time, that there are no limits or boundaries on. Truly allowing yourself to play. By allowing yourself to play, also allowing yourself to rest. They say sleep debt is when you get 7 or less hours of sleep for 2 consecutive nights. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like the entire last 2 years of my life. So last night I put my kids to bed at 7:30. I got in bed myself and I was asleep by 9 o'clock. And I feel so rested and rejuvenated by allowing myself to release the guilt of having dishes in my sink or laundry that needs to be done, and just allowing myself to rest without distractions. So, without TV or phone or music, and just creating space for silence. So, after tonight's class, I strongly encourage you to allow yourself to rest. Thank your body for the work that it's done on your mat, and give it some much well-deserved sleep and restfulness. You can allow yourself to stay here and sink into a deep meditative state, maybe even drifting off. Or you can roll over and crawl your happy little self right into your bed. Namaste, friends. Thank you all so much for January sessions. Stay looking as to what February is going to look like. It is going to be a little bit different, so stay posted. Have a lovely night and enjoy your rest.